All right, here is another song that I created on this keyboard called the DGX 670. The DGX 670 is one of the most underrated keyboards, but I want you to listen to the magnificence of the sound you get from this board. So this is the song. Gonna mute the drums. Drums. That's bass right there. Hear those horns. I have two clavies. Just horns. And pretty much that's it. The drums are from the keyboard. I didn't program the drums. That's from one of the styles. Let's see. What style is that? It's a funky shuffle. Yeah. So all that was programmed pretty much, apart from the drums, everything was done from scratch. The bass, so you got 8 tracks at the top and another 8 at the bottom. And as far as the song, all you do is hit record and play and you're off to the races. All right, creating a song of your own. It's very simple, it's very straightforward. So let me give you the skinny of it for those of you who want to record a song. I'm going to turn the keyboard off first, just so that you can see how easy it is to create a song. Okay, turn the keyboard on. After it's booted, you select the instrument you want, and then you select the track that you want. So let's say I want a simple drum beat find a kit like this. Find a kit. So I can just play like that, right? Now that I've got the kit selected, that's all I've done. I can get the metronome to sound so that I have an idea of the tempo. And the thing about recording, you have to record for the duration you want. There are two ways you could do this. You could either record a drum beat from scratch, or you could just leverage the power of one of the drum kits from here. Keep that in mind, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and hit record, and I'm going to take all of these off. And I'm just gonna leave left and right because all of these occupy an instrument. So the moment I begin playing, it starts recording. You can see it's kind of gearing up to begin. So it's just playing on repeat. 1, 2, 3, and I begin. So I just recorded a few measures of a drum beat. Now it said the recorded song will be lost if you change to another song or if you turn off the power without executing the save option. So I'm just going to hit exit to clear that off the screen. And I can just hit play and it's going to play what I did. You hear that? That's what I recorded right there. And you can see the measure. That's the measure over there. But that was just going to the record now. I've already recorded these, so I don't want to record over them. So I have to press 1 and 2 so that those don't show record. But if I want to record on a track 3, I have to hold down the record button and then track 3. You see, like this. And this shows that channel 3 is about to be recorded. Now I could choose a sound from here. Let me choose a slap bass. So I could choose a slap bass. And the moment I begin playing, it starts recording. So I could put on the metronome to kind of guide me so that I know where I am. 3, let's go. Very short, but now I have 2 instruments, you get it? And that's how you keep stacking up. Let's exit. So when I press play, well, you have to hit this one so it goes all the way back to the beginning. Always look at the measure that it's on. That's it. Okay, I can keep adding more instruments. I could choose a piano, electric piano. Let's choose a suitcase. So again, I'm gonna go back to record. I'm gonna record on channel 4, so I need to hit record and 4. Nothing else, make sure nothing else shows red. Otherwise it will record over anything that is there. So let's play some piano. Okay, and now we have 4 tracks. We can add anything we like. Some additional drum sounds. So again, you would hit record and 5. And here we go. Oh, you see what the problem is? This needs to be all the way at the beginning. So let's try that. Oh, my bad. I didn't do something right. See, it's all the way on 10. See that? I need to get this down because it's much too far into the song. So the moment I hit this, it goes back to 1. Okay, this is what you want it to be on when you begin recording. So now my hi-hat will record. I'm going to do that again. Record and 5. And I can start recording now. Okay, so now I have my little sequence. I can also add some strings. So, and again, when I go to record, I got to make sure, you see that's showing 6. You see, this is where people get lost, because if this is not all the way at the beginning, if it's not all the way at the beginning, you're going to be confused. You're going to be like, where's my sequence? Well, it's still at the end where you last recorded. So now we're going to hit record and 7, I think. I can't remember where I am anymore, but I know there's nothing on 7. So here we go. See, that's how you do it. It's very straightforward, the recording process. If you follow the rules of always hitting this one to go back to the beginning and hit record and the track that you want to record to, you're going to be in good shape. Let's do one more thing. So let's hit record and we'll do track 8 and we'll get a, cancel. So you see, you don't want that to happen. That is problematic, because if it moves to a different song, you are in trouble. That's the, because it always warns you, are you sure you want to do this? Okay, so let's get a nice sax sound. And, I have videos on how to get the reverb on these things. So I'm going to put a little bit of nice reverb on this. And then I'm going to go to the mixer. You see, anytime you press mixer, it moves from panel, which is the main, to external, to style, to song 1, which is the first. So right here, if I hit mixer again, this is the first 8 tracks of the song, which are the instruments you play, and then the lower 6 are for the style. So you can create a song with a style, and the lower 8 are the style instruments. But the top 8 are yours. So with this top 8, you can also go to the volume. See, the top 8. Let me make it a little bit darker. I think it's much too bright. Okay, that's better. So for these 8, if there was anything I wanted to tweak, I could, like the strings, I think the strings were a bit high. I can do that. I can see those are strings from the icons. That's a piano. Looks like a drums. Yeah, drums. So the icons are very helpful. It's a very well thought out process. So to wrap this up, my friends, let's record one more thing. This is going to be, I'm going to do track 8 as a sax. Let's go back to record. Not 7, but 8. Okay. And I hope I've gone all the way back to the beginning. Let's see. Let's do this again, because I'm not sure. Let's hit that all the way back to the beginning. Record an 8, and we should be good to go now. Okay, here we go. So let's, in this instance, because I don't want the sax to come in right from the scratch, I will press this to start. Now get it in. Okay, and that's that. And to tidy it up, just so the strings aren't like blaring as high as they were, I can always come back to the mixer, choose song 1-8. Let me take that down a bit. Yeah, I need to come over here and I need to get those strings way down. And you can also pan these things. Get it? So let's listen back to it. And that's really how you do it, my friends. You got to spend time playing around with this tool, trying out some failed songs. I've had a few failed songs, you know, and then I also realized that the style capability is its secret weapon, because you can record songs, but you can also record styles. Anyway, let's go ahead and save this. I'm going to hit select and then file. And let's see, user, I need to be in user, and then I'm gonna do save. I'm gonna save it just right here. I'm not gonna put it in any folder or anything. So I'm just gonna delete this and I'll just call it new. I'm gonna call it new example. Wait a minute. Okay, new example. New example. And then when you've entered what you want to call it, you just hit OK. It thinks for a bit. And when you're done, you'll see your new song titled. Okay, this is Give Me the Night by George Benson. And you can fast forward the measure. And so on. All right. Well, that is song 101, my friends. I hope that gave you some inspiration. If you haven't watched my videos about styles, which is a whole other topic, so when I click on style, I can toggle over to user styles. And these are not songs, these are styles that I kind of build them almost like a song, but they're not the full arrangement. They're like the A, B, C, and D in some instances, but I still have to put it together. Let's listen to this one. Which one's this? Which one? Again, this was done from scratch. So here's the beat. See that? Bring in the bass. And then we have A, B, C, and D. So let's go to pattern B. All done from scratch on this keyboard. That beat's kind of sick, isn't it? Now let's check out D. And here's the break. And here's the ending. And I have so many of these styles. You got to remember, these are styles, not songs. So you can see the crazy functionality this keyboard has. That's an Afrobeat jam. This is an Arabic jam. So you can do some pretty amazing things. You know, the speed at which I move through this keyboard now that I know it, I'm quicker on this than I am on the DAW. Here's a beat I made reminiscent of Elvin Jones and Coltrane, that quartet. All made on this thing from scratch. Check it out. Check out B. I hope this gave you an idea of the power in this keyboard. It's very underrated, and you know, people who are looking to sequence stuff without breaking the bank, this is a very good option. Even now, even with the tariffs in some of the stores, it's still under $1,000, right? So take a look at the DGX 670 and consider it. The sounds are decent, but the ability to bring together instruments in styles and the patterns in the song are just mind-blowing. All right, my friends, see you next time. Bye for now.